Keith and Dan have gotten wind of a problem with Courtney and Hans's ceiling, which I'd spotted earlier in the week during the walkarounds with Shelley and Alice.
With my built-in spirit level that I have, it's sort of like got a bit of a dip there, or the windows are out, or something's out.
Something is out, now that I can see it.
And our foreman can see the bow as well.
As soon as I walk in, I just noticed that ceiling out.
That's dipping down. Can't leave that, can we?
Aesthetically, we don't really care. It's all about structure.
Yeah, the ceiling went up pretty much when the challenge was, so we weren't on site. It looked like it had a bit of a warp. And we're like, well, you know, it's Friday now. We can't possibly redo a ceiling, so we just have to take that as part of the feedback and we're going to sort it out down the line before auction.
So Courtney and Hans have accepted their ceiling's aesthetic flaw. And in the spirit of forging ahead, Hans stayed up all night painting it and is now having a lay-in, while his fiancée Courtney is out shopping for styling items, both blissfully unaware that Keith and Dan are giving their room the once-over.
Not good enough.
And when our trusty foremen go around and look above the ceiling,
What is going on here?
they realise that the problem is not just aesthetic.
There's a sag in that main bar of 20 mil.
Well, there's no clip there. That doesn't meet code.
No.
For suspended ceiling.
You know what, mate? There isn't one bit of insulation in that whole ceiling now. You can't physically go in there and put insulation in there without pulling the ceiling down.
Well, it's not compliant regardless. The whole ceiling's got to come down.
So no clip and no insulation means no code.
We have to get Hans up, I think.
Yeah. Each time I see Keith and Dan now, I just cower.
Yeah.
You know, when a dog's eating something, like taking something off the barbecue, and you're like, did you take that? And it just looks away. Oh.
2 cameras.
Yep, that's right. 2 cameras, 2 foremen.
Morning, boys.
Hans can start cowering now.
This ceiling has to come down. For multiple reasons. The actual suspended ceiling doesn't meet code.
Oh, there was that bow that everyone talked about where we thought, you know, we'll just work with it. It's there. We'll take the hit for that part, but we'll just get the room finished. But hearing it's not actually to code, yeah, well, it's heartbreaking, isn't it? We want to finish the room.
So we've got the issue. Who fixes this now?
The other issue is how do we fix this before reveal?
Keith was like, mate, don't think it's going to happen. And then he started talking and running through the process.
This is terrible what's happened. It's not really your fault. But we don't give up on the block.
It's achievable, this.
Next thing I know, it's just like, well, if you want to do this, there's this tiny, tiny chance that we can get this done for you. Are you in or out? Obviously, I'm in.
Keith and I are going to rip the ceiling down, clean this up first, find a plasterer, we can do it.
Awesome.
Come on, man.
Don't give up. Don't give up, buddy.
Oh, I won't give up.
Hans doesn't sound convincing, and I don't blame him. Even if Keith and Dan pull down the ceiling in record time, he's still got to find a plasterer to put the new ceiling up, then have it set, dried, sanded, and then painted with at least 2 coats of paint before 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.